Hey guys, I think it's about time for a quick little update video here. I've been back from holidays for about a week and a half now. You might not have even noticed that I was gone. I've been putting videos out every week during that period and, hanging out in Discord. But I spent 10 days in Canada and then after that 5 days at the in-laws' place over the New Year's. And, I got a little bit of a hangover, a little bit of a holiday hangover. Got to get back into that groove for my day job and for Planet Chili. But Canada was fun. Got a couple days skiing in. Got to see some of Vancouver for the first time. I go through there pretty much every year, but it's just through the airport. So I actually got to see some of the city. That was nice. May or may not have partaken in substances that are recently legal in Canada and yet still illegal in other parts of the world. But got the worst jet lag I've ever experienced in my life. Coming back from Japan, I was getting like 2 hours of sleep a day for 4 days in a row. I felt like I was a freaking zombie. But when things finally started to calm down, I got into like a weird sleeping schedule. I was going to bed at 8 p.m., waking up at 8 a.m. in the morning. And but now that's kind of fixed itself around. I'm going to bed now around 9, 10 p.m., waking up at 7 a.m.-ish. So what I'm trying to say here is that, I'm sorry for no video this weekend, is what I'm trying to say. But like I said in my tweet, I still have the footage of one video that has been recorded. I started that before I left on the holidays. It just needs a little bit of final touches in the editing, and it'll be able to release. So you're definitely getting a video this weekend. But after that, I'm all out of buffer footage, so I'm gonna get back into that studio, and I need to record some more materials, get the stuff back into the pipeline. So let's talk a little bit about the content then. We got two main things, Hardware 3D and Gems. In Hardware 3D, we got the one video that was already recorded. It's an interesting video. I'm going to introduce the idea of a render queue and a weird system that has passes and steps and jobs and techniques. You got to watch the video to understand, but it's going to solve that problem that we encountered with the outlining effect, having to do with the order of rendering. And it's also going to enable some pretty interesting stuff in the future, like multi-threading our rendering engine. So we're going to get the render queue system implemented. Then the video after that one is we're going to upgrade a whole bunch of the other parts of the engine. We're going to do some interesting things having to do with kind of like a visitor pattern. And just lots of different good upgrades that kind of came in like an avalanche that was triggered by the render queue implementation. And then after that, we're going to look into full screen filters like a blur filter and how that can be applied to create another outline effect that works better with the rest of the Sponza scene. So we're going to have our first look at full screen filters. Now on the other side of things, Gems, we finished the algorithm library, also the numeric library, and that was really one of my main goals for Gems. But there is still more juice to be squeezed out of the standard library. First of all, I want to show you guys execution policies because they work with the algorithms that we've already gone over, and they supercharge those algorithms. Basically, changing one parameter can allow you to run those algorithms in parallel on multiple cores at once, speeding them up dramatically. So that'll be a fun little topic to look into. And after that, I want to do a couple of sneak peeks into some language features or libraries that are coming in the next iteration of the C++ standard, C++20. So we're going to look at the ranges library, which is basically algorithm on steroids. It's going to make it more versatile, easier to use, and easier to compose different algorithms together in a way that is efficient. So ranges is just a huge game changer. And for those of you who put some time into studying algorithm, it is going to be a big payoff for that because a lot of the stuff that you learned about algorithm is going to transfer directly into using the ranges library. And another sneak peek I want to look into is the concepts light feature that is coming into the core language. And what that is going to do is that is going to make dealing with template libraries a hell of a lot less painful. It's going to give us much clearer and more concise diagnostics. Because one of the biggest barriers or one of the biggest taxes that you pay when you use things like the algorithms library is that when you make a mistake, you get these crazy errors and it's kind of hard to figure out what's going wrong. And concepts is going to make that a heck of a lot easier. Now there's other things that I plan on looking at in the standard library, stuff like the regex part of the library or the file system and other containers like deck. But really, at this point, I'm just horny for the execution policies, ranges, and concepts. And the other stuff like that, I'm just going to roll out at a more leisurely pace. And that means I'm going to need some other content to fill the gaps between Hardware 3D releases, because I don't want to do Hardware 3D every week. So I really think it's time to get that Chill Starter web interface coded up and launch it. Once we have Chill Starter up there and the patrons can back the projects that they're most interested in, then I can focus on that as the main source of non-Hardware 3D content moving forward. It shouldn't take that much time to code up the web interface. The main sticking point up until this point for me not releasing Chill Starter is that even if I launch it, I wouldn't have time to fulfill any of the projects that you guys back because I'd be busy with gems in Hardware 3D. Not because it's going to be, a huge amount of work to actually code up the web interface, but I still might have to replace 1 or 2 video releases with that replace that work with just working on the web interface to get it up. We'll see. At any rate, once I get that up there, I got some good ideas, candidate projects for you guys to back. We're talking, multi-threading, networking, some ideas I've bounced around. Also things like reviving series like Project Twin or CPU design series. So it should be a lot of fun. 2020 is definitely gonna be the year of Chill Starter. So wish me luck on finishing the Chill Starter web interface, and I'll be seeing you real soon with another Hardware 3D video at the end of the week.